Hey guys, so this is another Hootsu Summon video, and this time around, we have literally the hardest choices I've had in the entire history of making these videos. I mean, we have the new hero, which is absolutely broken. And then we have Z, a very, very strong contender to be in the top 10 of 2024. And then we have one of the actual options of my top 10 in 2023. So yeah, the struggle is real, guys. These options are so hard for me, but I had to think about it a few times, but I made my decision, so let's talk about it. So let's talk about Z real quick. Z, right off the bat, when he's at +1, I quickly noticed that he is an absolute monster. An absolute monster. Changes your game completely, creates stones every single friggin' turn. The only problem that I see with Z is that if you have him at +0, I found that he's absolutely useless. Useless at +0, so you have to have his +1. This is required. Required to have this hero. Why do I say required? Because I did have this hero at +0 ever since he was released, and every single time I tried to use him, and it was useless. Freaking useless, especially if he becomes frozen. He never goes off the entire freaking fight, so yeah, he didn't do nothing at the fight, so yeah. Really huge problem with him. So if you're going to go for Z, you have to get the +1. This is, again, as I said, required, and the +3. This fatal 100% HP and all that good stuff is required for him to be on defense. And the +5, like every other revive hero, he'll be able to revive green heroes 100% of the time. But this immunity to debuffs, now this is what I'm talking about. As I said in the update video for Bubble, this may be an amazing way to actually prevent your entire freaking team to be affected by Bubble's debuff. So yeah, this +5 is freaking amazing for him for sure. But if you're gonna get Z, you have to make sure to get his +1. His +1 is bonkers. Creates stones every single turn, just like Apollo does. I mean, yeah, very powerful hero, very powerful stuff. And in certain situations, in many situations in which you create a lot of stones, he does insane amounts of damage. It's not even funny. I was not expecting that, but it is what it is, guys. Very, very powerful hero if you really know how to use him. Very powerful stuff. And by the way, another thing, without Z, mono green defense is a no-go. You can't do a mono green defense team without Z. So yeah, that's another thing you have to take into account for sure. Now, Gwendolyn is another absolute monster of a hero. Why? Because on the attack, she is a hero killer. On defense, she is a hero destroyer, hero killer. So any hero that you have that you use in the game that ends the fight is very valuable, and Gwendolyn is one of those heroes for sure. Yeah, that Soul Link, mana gain for Frosted. Oh my god. It doesn't matter which color you fight against. If you have the Soul Link on the enemy, they're going down, even if it's green. It's green, it's going to be less damage, but still, it's going to be very, very important, the amount of damage. And her +1, of course, is going to give the actual Soul Link right off the bat, and does extra damage when hitting. So there's a few strategies in the game in which on defense, would you put Gwendolyn on defense, she gives the Soul Link to the enemy, and then any hero that does multi-hits is going to do so much damage. Even if they don't do a lot of damage, Gwendolyn is going to do so much damage to those two targets. It's not even funny. For a very long time, having Gwendolyn on defense was like a nightmare for everybody. So yeah, super powerful stuff, guys, for sure. The +3 is, it's going to make the damage from the Soul Link even higher, because in that case you're going to reduce the shields by 50% and the healing as well, stacking up to 2 times. So yeah, this is really freaking powerful. Very powerful stuff in that case. And of course the +5 is going to raise crit chance and crit damage to two targets, to two heroes that are next to Gwendolyn. Super important, super powerful stuff, guys, for sure. And finally, if the +1 was not insane, this one is even more insane, because now you're going to have, instead of 10 times and 50%, is going to be 80%. So, and this is the epitome of damage in this case. Even if your other heroes don't do any damage, if they do multi hits and this hits over and over and over like 15 freaking times in one setting, that's going to cause a big problem for your enemies for sure. They're going to die. They're going to die. Usually, if Gwendolyn is on defense, you have to be very careful on her. Try to put her on the left side, so when she goes off, your other heroes goes off, and hopefully, well, most likely is going to kill an enemy. So yeah, Gwendolyn is still a freaking badass. She gives crit chance and crit damage at +5. Yeah. She is a monster of a hero. The only weakness that she has, the only one, is that she is incredibly squishy. So if you're gonna go all the way for her, just make sure to give her the emblems in that situation. Get the 9 ones, so she's able to get 20% attack, defense, and HP. That will help her survive a lot more. Her own weapon is the best weapon for her by far, for sure. But this shields are not enough to protect her. So you need to get as much emblems as possible for her to actually get that extra survivability that she really needs, for sure. You got to get her to 9, guys. You got to get her to 9 to make sure she doesn't die. But she is an incredibly powerful hero. And last but not least, Bubble. I wish she didn't exist. I wish she didn't have that +5. She is an absolute disgusting hero. Any hero in the game that gets to the point that you're not able to play the game as because she's so freaking powerful, this is that hero. This is Belnos, beginning times of Belnos territory. The difference is that you're not able to use a realm to be able to defeat to beat this one. Even if you have a realm, except Z's at +5, you're still gonna have a lot of problems with the silence. So yeah, that's gonna be a big problem for her, for sure. For you, which you're fighting against her, for sure. And her on her own at +0, I think she's gonna do well with her actual skills, because he's still able to actually mute a hero by 80% chance. So that is, oh my god, that is freaking insane. But her +1 actually makes the chance to stun an enemy by 100% for 3 freaking turns, and can trigger up to 2 times. And mute does not go away. So yeah. And on top of that, 60% more damage dealt instead of 30. Yeah, that is so freaking powerful. It's not even funny. So yeah, you can get a +0. You'll be able to do a lot of things. But this +1, my god, this +1 makes her so much more powerful. This +1, my god, guys. It still hurts to talk about her. The +3 is definitely required if you want her to put on defense, because that's going to give her a lot more resilience against Gillian, specifically Gillian, because you're probably going to get attacked by red. If you're going to put a lot of green teams on your defense, or you're going to put Bubble on defense, and yeah, you're probably going to be attacked by red, because red is the most used powerful color right now. And they're going to try to target her with Gillian and kill her as much as possible, but she revives and gets 100% HP all over again, so that's going to be a big problem for you if you want to take her out as soon as possible. So the +3 is definitely required if you want to be put on defense. And this monstrosity of a +5, oh my god. Oh my god. The devs said, the devs probably said, okay, people are complaining of weak +5. Let's put this to see how much they complain about it. Oh my freaking god, this +5 is absolutely bonkers. And you can actually, even if you stun this hero or make her sleep or whatever, you're still gonna get silenced by this +5. So this is really freaking disgusting. Lowering the shield power, I mean, yeah. Oh my god, I don't want to talk about Bubble anymore. She is so freaking disgusting. It's not even funny. Oh my god. Oh God, she's a brand new hero, and the sad thing is that a lot of people are probably summoning and trying to get her, and after a few weeks when they actually upgrade her in a higher level, you're going to see the impact of Bubble for sure. So I'm praying that not a lot of people get her +5. Please don't get her +5. This hero is gonna be cancer, guys. I say you, it's cancer. All right, let's talk about the 4 stars. Salome is not bad. She's not great, but she's not bad. She's one of the few red heroes that actually heals in the game. And on my not all the time, sometimes on my second red team, I do like to put Salome for the healing, because you need some healings from time to time, especially versus some fights with a lot of damage. Sylvia, the only reason why you will want to use Sylvia is if you use a team with her faction to actually try to freeze the enemy with karma and things like that. But outside of that, Sylvia is not recommended, guys. Do not get Sylvia. Miriam, if you're starting off the game and you don't have a good hero that does a good amount of damage, she could fill the bill in the meantime, but I don't recommend you to upgrade her like at the max. You better focus on other heroes that actually do a lot more damage in blue and things like that. And Jack, I mean, there's mono green teams now, but yeah, it's not really working out. So Jack sadly is not a recommended hero at all. In general, guys, I do like his character design. Look at this. This is freaking amazing. I love this. But outside of that, he doesn't really have any uses in the game, even versus mono green, if you can believe it. Wow, these are terrible 4 stars. Bruno, he got buffed, but no. I mean, if you don't have any other options, sure, but no, he's slow. He doesn't do much. I can't really recommend you to get him as well. Morgan, on the other hand, is pretty amazing. She'll be able to actually hold the 4-star stone weapon, which is really necessary if you want to be successful playing, especially in free to play. She's definitely going to be necessary. She does a decent amount of damage and things like that, and she does prevent healing, and she is an average speed hero, so yeah, she is pretty amazing. Wait a minute, I'm pretty sure that she was fast before. Did she get nerfed? Well, I'll have to check that out, but I'm pretty sure that she was fast, but whatever. She is still freaking amazing. I still think that she's an amazing 4-star for sure for green. Now, out of these 5 stars, which, by the way, whichever you choose is a great option. These heroes are absolute juggernauts in the game. So whichever one you choose, it's fine. But if you put a gun in my head, oh my god. I would say, oh my god, it's still so difficult to choose. But man, I would say Gwendolyn. I mean, Gwendolyn, unlike the new hero, she has been battle tested for over a year now, and she is an absolute monster everywhere. You on the attack, on defense, versus bosses. I mean, she's been confirmed, like battle tested for months, a year now, that she is a freaking amazing hero. Just make sure that she doesn't die, guys. That's for sure. That's always going to be a disadvantage that new heroes have, because since they're new, you haven't really battle tested them. So that's the only reason why I'm going for Gwendolyn, because I can 100% guarantee that Gwendolyn is going to overperform for you, especially if blue is your strongest color, for sure. She is going to overperform everywhere you use her. There's a good reason why I chose her to be in the top 10 2023 for sure. Now, the second option, I mean, it has to be Bubble. I mean, yeah, her awakenings are absolutely disgusting. Her capability at +5 to actually break the game in general. I mean, yeah. Bubble is an absolute monster. If you don't believe me, wait and see how she is going to actually, yeah. I'm so happy that this hero is not red. I'm just putting it out there. I'm so happy that Bubble is not red. If Bubble would be red, people would be crazy getting this hero like everywhere. And yeah, no. So grateful this is green, guys. So grateful. But yeah, Bubba is an absolute monster of a hero. You do need her at +1. Well, you don't really need her, but her +1 is such a powerful upgrade. You can't ignore it. 60% more damage dealt to silent heroes is pretty crazy for sure, guys. And this +5, yeah. Yeah, apocalyptic. Apocalyptic, guys, for sure. Very highly recommended hero for sure, guys. And last, but certainly not least, is Z. Z, if it were any other hero, any other selection of heroes, probably Z would have been the +1 choice here, because he is the only roam hero for green. He revives. He does so many things. It's not even funny. And at +5, he could be a counter to Bubble. That hero, yeah, that hero. So yeah, Z is an amazing choice. I mean, if you chose Z before I made this video, don't worry, he is an amazing option. I mean, these 3 options are freaking amazing, but these are the the order that I would recommend you to actually focus on in that situation, unless your main color is green. And yeah, you know my options there. Now for the 4 stars, I would say the #1 option here by far is Morgan. Morgan, like every single from the beginning of the game, she has been freaking amazing. She has been an amazing hero right off the bat. She's always been used by so many players starting off the game. Free-to-play players, some cheap-to-play players also use her as well. So yeah, she is by far the best option, by far. And then the second option here, sadly, is Salome. Salome is doing something. You can use her in any red team that you don't have bested, by far, for sure. So yeah, even though she is not doing a lot of things, she's doing something very essential, which is healing. And red doesn't have a lot of healing. It's only pretty much her and bested, pretty much. So yeah, and all the other options, those are terrible 4 stars. I'm sorry, guys. If you love these heroes, that's fine, but I don't recommend you to go there. But those are my options, guys. All right. That's all, guys. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, please leave in the comments and we'll talk about it, right? Thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.